So I do not feel pressure at all because I'm very, very internally motivated.
It's called intrinsic motivation, and ironically, it is the one thing. Well, not the one thing. There are lots of things, but I don't want to talk about myself too much here. But potency.world, it throws away subjects. So it's for girls from 11 to 18, secondary school. But I'm not being funny. Teaching people about a book of something in the past, so you can remember it for a test, or even something current for a test. It's okay at delivering that one attribute, which is the ability to remember and repeat. But in terms of how you go out into the world, we need to have more people like Nidhi. And that's why, if you go to our website, the potency approach, it's called Andragogy. Um, and basically, it's about self-directed, need to know. So, a girl of say a class of 11-year-olds might decide to, because we're going to have social media connection throughout the organization, might decide to partner with a team of 15-year-olds in Canada about something, an energy saving resource for somewhere in Sudan, for example. And to make that happen, oh, well, I need to know, and there'll be facilitators and mentors. So, oh, okay, I need, we're trying to do this. How do I do that? Where can I look? They go, and that means that learning is never a problem. Because when you're passionate in the way Nidhi's just explained, intrinsic motivation makes a difference. So, Aaron, Nidhi, while you were just reconnecting, we were just talking about the first post about failures. So I just told you about my. So, do I consider them failures? Each of them was an observation. So, have you ever heard of NLP? Neuro-linguistic programming? Okay, so there's this thing called neuro-linguistic programming, and there's a thing in it called a TOTE: test, operate, test, exit. So when you test a system, you operate it. If you repeat the test, you leave. So basically, those 200 changes, those 100 changes, I didn't feel bad about them. I just went, oh, that needs, That's dyslexic thinking. So, Aaron, you're not dyslexic, are you?
No. Well, not that I know.
So what wisdom would you have in this area?
I think this is that. Not sure if it's the right person who quoted here, but it sounds like the quote, whether it's Ben Franklin or someone, where it's moving from one failure to the next with no loss of enthusiasm. And I think it's like, for me, it may not be Ben Franklin, by the way, just probably look that up. But I think it's, so often we make failure to mean something about us. And if we talk about NLP, like just really removing the story from the events, because events that happen are neither good nor bad. We just create a story and attach it and make it so, and then we make that story mean something about us and our deficiencies and our incapabilities and all of these things. And it doesn't actually mean that. And if they took the approach that you took, where it's just like, this didn't work, what do I need to change? And then iterate and iterate and iterate, and then that's where you reach success in a much more one that's much more methodical, because you're removing the emotion out of it that just is unnecessary. But you're also you're focusing on what's the next step, rather than trying to project yourself into 3 years into the future and saying, I should be here, and again just going back into those negative stories. I think
No, I was just going to say, on that very point, I always turn out some Kung Fu Panda wisdom, because it's so I have that thing about stories and beliefs. So there'll be things I believe that I'm not aware of.